All right. I'm going to start off with something crazy and something I invite everyone to do. And it absolutely is going to help you make more money, have more peace of mind, and align with a higher frequency level of intelligence and consciousness instantly. And I won't explain the science to you now because it would be boring. This is all you have to do. I love money and money loves me. I love people and people love me. I love life and life loves me. Yes, 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 sirree. Move your body, dance, let it out, and feel the vibration of abundance. But you got to do something about it. The action causes neuroplasticity, energy alignment, and as silly as I just looked, I feel good. All right. Josh, welcome back, man. It's been 2 weeks. We were talking a little
Uh,
bit as we're streaming for the first time, but talk to me what's going on in your world, man.
World's going good. World's going good. I just have to ask. I know it's a little boring, so don't be too long. But why does that work when you do it that way? Why can't I just say it in my head when nobody's around?
Everything works. Whenever we decide to direct attention to a better feeling thought or a better feeling question or a better feeling action, it always works. But when we move our bodies in a way that feels uncomfortable and we're sharing the energy of body movement with the intention of loving money and life and people, then it rewires our brain a bit in that moment because we're moving and we're singing and we're dancing. It basically breaks down the old subconscious barriers to wealth and prosperity just for a bit and allows a new one to start forming. And it also shifts my energy. It shifts anyone's energy. Dancing and singing will always shift your vibration unless you're super worried about what others are thinking. Then the vibration shift won't be as immediate or as felt. So,
Yeah, so
right?
I think that's actually what a lot of people have a problem with because making money or being successful or being an alpha person, they're afraid of because they're afraid what other people are going to say and talk about them. So we got to get out of that comfort zone in order to build bigger. Yeah. So if you can just do it for 30 seconds by singing "I love money, I love me," um,
Yeah,
you're starting to break that down. Yeah.
it's a complete pattern interrupt.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you.
Like if you're
100%.
in a funk, if you're depressed, literally dance like no one's watching. And if you can have a little chant or a song you do, it makes it even better. And then if you
Yeah.
share that with other people, when you share your light, your energy with others, it actually not only helps them, but it helps us more because when we give it out, we get it back. We have 13 viewers, by the way. Hello, everyone. Okay, so I'm
Hey
gonna do it
guys,
for
how
you.
are you?
You can do it with me this time. You decide I'm gonna align with abundance and prosperity. I'm gonna get out of the funk of whatever just happened or what I'm scared is gonna happen, the thoughts I've been thinking, and you just decide.
I don't know the
I love
song
money
yet, but
and money
I
loves
love
me.
money and I
I
love
love
me.
people and people love me. I love life and life loves me. Yes, 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 sirree. Ah,
Yeah.
just let it out.
All right. I think it's a
And
little gay, but we had fun doing it because it's out of our comfort zone. Um, yeah, but I totally agree with what you're saying.
it's
Yeah,
all about energy. Everything's
100%.
gonna be your energy state.
So like, um, let's break it down. You go to the bar, you're going out, and you see somebody standing in a corner and they got a sour ass look on their face and they don't look like they're having fun. You don't want to go talk to them. But you see somebody up and dancing and smiling and having fun, then you're gonna associate with that, and then that's why you can communicate. Yeah,
100%. Well, I have 2
yeah,
points there. Number one point is the feeling you're getting beyond what you're seeing is electromagnetic resonance is created from the heart brain coherence and the gut as well. But it's harder to track the electromagnetism of the gut, but they're all three always generating circuits and energy. Now, when someone is in a low vibrational state, it doesn't feel very nice to be around them. But if they're higher vibrational state, they're almost like magnetic.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
our job,
So
though, is when we see that person that looks negative, to rise above our thinking mind's judgment and labeling and analyzing and comparing. And if we can at that moment say, I am the light who sees the light in that person. I am the light that sees the light in you. And don't allow us to judge, label, or compare anything, but just that.
yeah.
It will help
So
us and will help them.
when you're down and you're feeling like, I don't know, I don't fit in, I don't belong, that's when you need to let that light, that inner energy, and you have to shove it in front of everything else when you feel uncomfortable, and dance and scream it and really throw it out there when it's the most uncomfortable, and that's when things will start to attract to you.
There's so many ways to raise your vibration. I like whenever I close a sale, my vibration raises. Whenever I get a smile from someone kind, especially a female that I feel is very attractive and she smiles at me, my vibration instantly raises. Like life events externally can elevate us, but we can elevate ourselves with
Yeah.
movement, with silliness, with laughter. Oh, laughter does it.
Yeah, so the important part is it's not when you're feeling it, because your vibration automatically pushes you to say, I love money, I love me. It's when you don't love me, that's when you need to get up and sing it to attract the rest of the vibration, to bring that back to you so that other people and the vibrations in the world can be attracted to you. And that's a hard part to learn.
It's really hard to get up and dance or to laugh or to do something positive and nurturing when you're feeling just like mad, angry. When you're feeling a low vibration energy, it's hard to do a high vibration action.
Yeah. Yeah, so just that stupid little song, which is a great little song, I love it, you
Hey, I
know.
wrote it
um
myself. How dare you call it stupid?
yeah. You know me. But that's when you need to do it. I'll use your song. Your song is burned in my brain now. So I will
Oh,
sing that song when when I miss a sale, or when I don't do something, or when I get a bad letter in the mail, or whatever. That's the time, something that small, and then just get up and dance. I love money, I love me. I just got a bad piece of news, but I
whoa,
love
whoa, leave
money
the
and I
bad
love
piece of
me.
news out.
That's when you need to do it.
And just think about the love for money and the way money loves you, the love for people and the way people love you, and feel that
Yeah.
as much as you can. But the dancing, it's literally impossible to be in a bad mood if you are dancing with intention, laughing,
Yeah.
or smiling. It's really hard to
Even if you have
be.
to force yourself to do it.
That's force never works. It's force versus flow. Force never
Well,
works.
but when you don't feel like you want to, and you don't want to get up and dance, and you don't want to sing the song because you don't believe at that moment in time that I love money and I love me, because maybe money's the problem and you don't love yourself, that's when you need to get up and sing the fucking song.
That's when
Right?
you flow through
When the
resistance.
huh?
Yeah, and I call that flowing through resistance.
Yeah, yeah.
You have the
So that's
resistance
where you
saying
have to
no.
fight the current just a little bit, you know? Because the current, really, the flow is like, that's easy. We're going to go with the flow. And that's running down river because everything's easy. And, sometimes you got to turn that canoe around just a little bit and go up river, and get reset. And then you turn back around where it's easy. So when I think about flow, flow is easy. And that's what most people do, 90% of people. And the people that are on here, hopefully, or not, or just you and I talking, um, the people that excel are the ones that are willing to turn the canoe around, or swim up the river or up the creek, so they can gain something more. Maybe they missed that exit and they got to go back to it, and it's going to be twice as hard to get there because now they got to go up river because they missed it for whatever reason, you know. So when you're all happy and everything, it's easy. And that's running with the flow. The hard part is realizing you missed it and turning around. Now you got to swim twice as much because you're going against the current. But then have the foresight in the mind to say, I still love money. I still love me. And, it's all going to happen, but it's hard. And we're going to sing and laugh our way through the hard part.
What you're talking about is absolutely true in the physical 3D. Like in day-to-day life, we got to turn around, we got to go against the current for a while to pick up what we dropped or get off on the exit we're supposed to. But in the 4D, 5D, like where consciousness beyond physical, we're either in the flow or not. And the flow is always in the present moment, and it's not really going anywhere. It is. It's the everything that is, all the energy currents. But our thinking, it's like being in Christ consciousness. You don't have to think about being connected to God or Christ consciousness. It just is, and you feel a way, and then you intuitively know what to do or not do. So there's levels to it. The 3D, 100%, we got to go against the current. The 4D, the more we go against the current, the less we can connect with awareness and consciousness. And 5D, we're not able to create and manifest things if we're going against basically the alignment that already exists and is already in place for us. It's like fighting what is.
Yeah. This is why I love talking to you in our conversations because, yeah, I don't know if I'm smart enough to play 3D chess because I don't remember which square is what. I just know when I'm losing, I need to fight harder. And it's easier to fight harder when you're in a good mood to do it.
I mean, sound pretty smart to me. Where were you last week? What was going on?
Oh, last week. So I've got evidently I'm getting new neighbors, and I don't like that.
I just got new neighbors too, and I'm
Yeah.
learning to love them. Well, just
Oh
one of them
well,
in
they're building a house next to me, sort of, right on the edge of my property, and I don't like where they're building, but I realize we live in a free country, and there's nothing I can do about that. And so, what can I do about that? Even though it made me mad, and I asked him, like, shit, can you move a little farther? So, and they said no, and that's fine because we live in a free country, and that's their property, and they can do whatever they want to. It's all going to work out in the end. So I went and became a pig farmer.
You became a pig
Yeah,
farmer?
I became a pig farmer now too. Yeah.
So I saw you 2 weeks ago, and in the time that passed, you become a pig farmer. What does that mean? How many pigs do you have?
Oh, I got 10 now.
Is that a
Yeah.
lot? Doesn't seem like very many pigs to be a pig farmer.
Well, they weigh 350 pounds and a piece. Yeah, and they will give birth every 3 months, 3 days, and something. Yeah, yeah. So that can really add up and multiply. And then I realized that these little bacon seeds that I'm starting to raise, are worth a little bit of money a piece. And you start doing the math. And I parked it right next to where they're going to build their house. So call me a little spiteful, but I took a bad situation and motivated me to, do something else.
Have you always wanted to be a pig farmer?
I'm not sure if I want to be a pig farmer right now, but yeah, that was just me being spiteful.
But you are a
But I'm
pig
going to
farmer.
find a way to make money while I'm being spiteful.
Okay. There's a lot there. Well,
I told you would love this story. So
yeah,
last
dude.
week, I just
Only in
got the
Arkansas can you just
pigs.
decide to be a pig farmer and be a pig farmer
So
the
I
next
got the
day.
pigs delivered last week, and then I didn't have the fence built quite in the right spot, and had to move things, and there's a lot to it that I didn't understand, and there's been a lot of work added to it.
Dude, is pig farming a pretty much a full-time job when you're just starting?
Mm, I don't know. I just
What do you mean you
get
don't
up
know?
and do.
You're the only pig farmer I know.
I'm the only pig farmer.
Dude, you just
So
decided to become a pig farmer.
Well, yeah, they're gonna stink and they make a lot of noise and they put a bunch of flies by their house and it aggravated me. So instead of me just being mad about it, I've done something about it.
Did you do it 90% out of spite? 70%, 60%, 100%, 50%?
Well, I can still make money, and I thought it was a good idea
No, I
anyways.
know. I mean,
Yeah.
pig. How much of it was spite and how much of it was flowpreneur? By the way, that's my new
Oh,
word. Instead of
yeah.
entrepreneur, flowpreneur. Like you're flowing with the energy and flowing and creating businesses and
That's
money.
what I did. They wanted to build right on top of me, and I just put my pig farm right next to their new house. Yeah.
What percentage of it was spite and what percentage of it was purpose?
Let's go 90% spite, and if the world nuclear bomb hits, then I can eat them. Yeah.
Well, know the truth and the truth shall set you free.
That's all I got. It's the truth, and that's what you get. So that's why I missed last week. I'm sorry.
Well, you're a
But
pig
those
farmer,
pigs.
dude. No wonder. I mean, I'm surprised you made it this week. Pig farming seems like it takes a lot of time.
Yeah, I'm figuring it out. You know.
Are you
Yeah.
watching YouTube videos on how to farm pigs?
I figured they just eat a lot, so just feed them, and yeah, you're kind of good. You know, they'll consume whatever you're dishing out.
Do they?
Yeah.
I mean, they have their pig pen, right? They have like some mud and some poop and all kinds of stinky stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I'm hoping my neighbors decide to move their planned house just a little bit further away from mine, and then we can have a barbecue at mine. Yeah.
Dude, and if they don't, you're just
Then I'm a
stuck with a
pig
pig
farmer
farm.
still.
Well, you could sell
Yeah.
the pigs tomorrow and make some money.
Yeah. 100%. Little bacon seeds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, we've got cows, pigs, goats. Uh, what else we got? Rabbits. Yeah, we got a little bit of all of it.
I have a dog named Rocket,
You got a dog named Rocket? Yeah.
and you've got a whole bunch of animals.
Yeah. Don't eat Rocket.
Never.
Okay.
All right. What is going on with the universal consciousness and energy? How are people feeling these days?
Oh my goodness. I think people are being duped because we're in a giant psyop, and we need to learn to realize what's going on and how we're being duped. And everything that we're a part of is actually fake.
Dude,
So,
you don't sound like a pig farmer right now.
you know, so really, if you just consume and listen to everyday information that's coming out, I think that actually we are in a very bad. We're being lied to constantly, and then that we're
Spell
being
the word
told to
psyop.
follow. Sir,
Spell the word psyop. Is it SYAP or SIAP?
I think it's Y.
And where did you learn that word?
I don't know. In the Marine Corps, maybe. Yeah, it's right next to the purple crane. But yeah,
What does psyop mean?
it means it's a psychological operation.
Oh, so it's P. Ah, psyop is in PH. Ah. Ah. Okay. And it can also mean psycho-spiritual.
Yeah,
Okay. So psychological operation, otherwise a mind, right?
yeah, 100%.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. Okay. So, we're supposed to worry about this, and then when that gets a little old, then we worry about that, and then we worry about this, and then this tragedy happens, and that tragedy, and then our brain is constantly fixated on whatever is right in front of us to that fucking problem. And we hear
Where
it
our
over and over.
where our
And the
attention
reason it's
goes,
an operation is because you hear the same thing from multiple sources.
where
Does
our
that make
attention
sense?
goes, our energy flows, and we're giving
Exactly.
directing. I'm not directing any attention to it unless I'm forced to, and then I divert my attention as soon as I can.
That's,
Ostrich in
I
the
think
sand.
that's, yeah, it's an ostrich in the sand, and I'm too much up in front, and I just don't play that way because I want to know what's going on around. I want my situational awareness. That's just personality traits. But I think the problem is that we're all playing video games and watching the same thing and consuming the same thing, and that's what actually sets us apart. You and I and everybody watching this, because we're trying to be aware of our situational awareness, and we're jumping out of the psychological operation that they want to teach us. You know,
I'm gonna
if go ahead.
I'm gonna interrupt you a sec. I'm not sure if you can see, but we have some comments on YouTube. RJ John said, "What is your doctorate in?" Full transparency, RJ. I am still working on my thesis and dissertation. Right now, I only have the master's, so I'm not officially a doctor yet, but oh, am I close? So by me saying Dr. Tom Having, it's a way of embodying that identity, but just to keep it really transparent and clear, I do not have my doctorate yet, only my master's in metaphysics. But dissertation is coming along nicely. It's interesting. The dissertation is about changing generational patterns and programs of lack, disease, obesity, abuse, homelessness, and changing that from a neuroenergetic state. And what I'm hearing from you right now is we're getting a mass programming of fear, worry, doubt. And what's the intention behind that? And who's behind it?
Control. How do you control somebody? If you're in an abusive relationship, what's the object of that? If a man comes home and abuses his wife every day by beating the hell out of her, or a hooker, he's a pimp, and he whoops them up when they're not making enough money, they're scared, correct? Same thing as if a man comes home every evening after working all day and his wife does nothing but fusses at him, he's going to do it, it's fear. So it works both ways.
Fear and control go hand in hand, 100%.
Yeah. So I think we need to be very, very careful. I don't agree with you, but head in the sand. I think we need to be aware, consciously aware of what is happening around us at all times. And then we have to make the conscious decision that we need to make the best decision for us, but we need to know what's going on.
I believe I know what's going on without even watching the news, just from awareness, from the time I spend in alignment and the time I spend just being connected with consciousness and with sort of higher intelligence. Because you can feel that there's an air of impending doom or war, and we better stick together against these enemies that are in other countries. And everything that our government's doing is doing for our good and protect us. So be willing to absorb any losses or raises in prices or taxes because it's all for a greater good because we are bonding together to fight this evil force outside of us. And we've got people who know it's BS and they're just like trying to tell everyone. And we've got people that are scared shitless and are going to march anyway and do everything. And there's this sort of separation of energies depending on your human mind stance on it. That's what I'm aware of.
I think that you are 100% correct. And the problem with the world, America, whatever average person, is that you can only have one side or the other. You know?
What, Josh, can I just share? I have that awareness of what's going on with not watching 1 second of the news, reading one newspaper about it, watching
Yeah.
one, and I believe we
But I
all have
think,
access to this information, this awareness.
yeah. And I personally think that I can't imagine living that um, unaware. Because in order for us to be successful and to move on, I really believe that we need to know the trends. We need to know where it's going. And what makes us, elite is because we were able to be consciously aware enough to see where the world is going, so we can put our time, our money, our energy, our family, whatever in front of that problem, so that we can get up and dance around.
Do you think that our level of consciousness and awareness has an impact on where the world is going?
No, no. I mean, because we're not the elite. We can't just do whatever. Whatever side of the fence you're on. I mean, I don't reckon anybody that's watching this video is flying around in private jets and you know going to Switzerland or TED Talks or anything like that. So no, I don't. But I think if we want to be at the top of that, then shouldn't we also not only put our interest into ourselves and say we're going in the right direction, but then we also, just like dancing, we have to put our actions into it so that we can learn and say, this is going to be a good place and a good direction on that roadmap of where I want to go. So I think it takes more action than just feeling.
Be, have, do. There must always be action. I think a
Yeah,
lot of spiritual teachers and so forth are and meditate, align, become aware, understand it, and just be love. No, you got to do. But the doing, when it's aligned with awareness, becomes very intuitive and effective doing. And that's how you accumulate wealth doing what you love and helping people at the same time. And I disagree. I think that every person at this very moment that elevates their consciousness a little bit, it's going to impact the energy we feel as a collective on planet Earth.
I
Now,
agree with that. I agree with that 100%.
and I agree with you, if conscious flowpreneurs have a lot of money, aka influence, they can encourage others to be that way too. Like anybody that's raising their consciousness, you owe it to the world to get wealthy. That's my view. You owe it to the world to get wealthy. No one listens to you unless you have some sort of prosperity, whether it's physical, relationship, love, or money. Because money, it's not the dollar bills that matter, it's the energy that that money contains and where you can direct and invest that energy. It's just like the energy of our attention. If we spend all day thinking about things that suck, well, it's going to create more suck. But if we spend all day thinking about what we're moving towards, it's going to create more opportunities to move towards it.
So, yeah, and then I don't disagree with you in that fact, but I think like we need to be aware and use our knowledge, because knowledge is power. So knowledge is talking about metaphysics and how our telomeres, fire in our brains and
We
all of
talk
that.
about our DNA and epigenetics now, which is huge in physical
Yeah.
health.
So we need that in ourselves, and we have to see that. But in order for us to move forward, and to actually grow and become wealthy, become happy, to have a successful marriage and love and all of that, then I think we need to be aware of our current situation to put where we want to go. Because if we just keep our head in the sand, then you know who cares if the lion's eating the ostrich next to you? You know. And then if we had the ability to say, hey, you know what, if I could build a fence or a wall so that the lion can't come in, then I could be really wealthy, and then I could help teach other ostriches, how to build a fucking wall. So I think it takes both, and this is why we're good, because our brains just fire different, you know. And I agree with you 100%. And I'm glad we can have these conversations, because this is what things are missing. It's not just one way. There's multiple universes out here to think and bring in the energy to give us the ideas.
I would even add on that and say awareness of our consciousness, of God, if you will, is more important than any knowledge we gain.
What is the point of awareness if we don't have knowledge and then we don't act upon it?
Knowledge is always changing. Knowledge, if you got knowledge about the solar system back before Copernicus, you would have got the knowledge that everything revolves around the earth. And that knowledge was never ever true. But that would have been the knowledge because it's passed from person to person. With awareness, you know by feeling more than from someone's words.
Well, that's where somebody had to say, I don't believe you. And then they went off and did, because of what they felt inside, and they studied something, they worked very hard. And then they proved against the grain of what the common knowledge was.
And where do you think that feeling of this doesn't feel true came from?
Yeah, from the inside, or from something more the
Infinite intelligence, universal
yeah,
intelligence, 100%.
yeah. So I agree with I think we're both saying the same thing on the different level, because if I sit here for a month and say and tell myself and really meditate hard as I can and say I'm full, I'm full, I'm full, but I haven't eaten and I haven't drinking, but I'm full and I'm not thirsty. I'm full and I'm not thirsty. I'm full and I don't get up and go to the sink and get a glass of water. I'm gonna die. You know?
Well, there's some spiritual gurus and yogis that would disagree with you,
Well,
and
yeah. I mean,
that's the science and research.
eventually they'll die.
Eventually, you and I are going to die.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Is what I'm trying to say is you can fill yourself up. We have the knowledge that I can't just tell myself I'm full or I'm not thirsty when I really am, and I'm gonna sit here and not do anything about it until it's too fucking late.
Are you sure?
Uh, I don't know. If somebody's shooting at me, I'm gonna put my fucking head down.
Well,
Like,
that's a different thing. That's a whole new energy system. I'm talking about us with awareness
yeah,
and the
yeah.
mind body spirit connection. I don't think the human mind grasps what that's capable of.
So, in your opinion, what would we do to what I'm trying to say in your words? How do we combine the two ideas? Because I believe what you're saying, and I think, yeah, I believe what you're saying, because I believe we have to have a mind, a body, a consciousness, and that we can manifest our own destiny and where we're going in life. But I also believe that it takes action, it takes work, it's hard, and we can overcome anything in the bad decisions and choices we make. But when we're in that right spot, that things kind of come a little bit more easy.
Integrating awareness with action is the name of the game.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Thinking that no action is ever necessary, that's not true. There's
Yeah,
nothing that suggests that in my metaphysical studies and my life experience. I've been that guy that takes action, action, action without getting awareness involved first and realize, probably could have done a better action there. So
yeah.
that's
So
happened
that's
many
the
times.
happy place, right?
Sometimes it's excited out of happiness, sometimes it's out of spite, sometimes it's out of resentment, sometimes out of fear. But when I just make when I make decisions quickly without my intuition,
Yeah.
those are usually the ones where I have to go swim upriver now and try to fix what
Yeah.
I broke.
Yeah. And now you got to work to swim twice as hard to get back to where you should have started. So what I was getting at is the happy place is not only just always being kumbaya, I'm good. It's having the knowledge because you worked hard to gain it, but being, aware and self-conscious enough that you kind of let that flow, and then you use the knowledge to tell you what the right exit is.
Raising our awareness to a higher level of consciousness gives us access to greater information than we have just with our thinking brains.
Correct. Correct. And then when you combine the two, that's the happy point. When you're able to see the future on, I don't know, the fucking stock market, right? And you studied it and you learned it and you worked hard and you're in the happy place, and then your subconscious comes in and says, this is the right thing to do. Now you've put, you know, and you're right in your head and your mind and your feeling when everything in the news or whatever is saying that's a bad idea, you're going in the right direction at that point. That's the happy place. That's what I was trying to get at. You got to put them both together.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
And
So,
how we get in that place is the meaning we give to whatever's happening in our life. Like,
yeah,
if
100%. Yeah.
my neighbor yells at me because Rocket went into his yard and got through the gate, and he's irritated about a bunch of other things, and I give that the meaning of my neighbor's a dick, and I don't like him, and how dare him. That did not feel good for me, and I'm definitely not raising my vibration at all through that. But my subconscious beliefs and the meaning I give things, that was my go-to automatic. And I'm still looking for evidence to prove otherwise. Where if I was aware enough and aligned enough, I would see the light in him that I see in me. I would be the light in me sees the light in him. But to be quite honest, he reminds me of my stepdad, and he just triggers shit in me and makes me feel like, motherfucker, I want to put you in your place. I want to like tell you how out of pocket you are. And it's the meaning I give it that causes my experience.
Yeah. And then it's the knowledge on the other end. Yeah. 100%. It's the knowledge that you have in your head. You don't want to fight with them because then you'll go to jail or whatever, right? Like,
Well, he
oh,
might be able
God.
to, yeah, I think he'd kick my ass too. He's a pretty burly guy.
Yeah, you know,
So yeah, I don't
but
want to fight him. You're 100% right.
yeah.
100% for multiple reasons.
Yeah, like I've gotten my ass kicked before. I don't want that to happen again.
Not a fan.
You know,
So
so you're using
that's
that
when,
knowledge in your head, but you don't want to sit here and wish well or on well on him because you know that the vibrations through the universe say that I'm gonna do the very best I can, even when it's hard.
yes. And you know what else? Wisdom. I believe knowledge turns into wisdom when it's backed with awareness, when it's backed with consciousness. Like, and usually wisdom is gained through the mistakes that we decide to see as mistakes, and without guilt, decide to do it different next time, because now we have this wisdom that the type of person I'm becoming and decide to be have has experienced unpleasant experiences because of that. RJ John, we have a viewer that's sticking here. RJ John is here, and he has a question.
Okay.
His question is, have either of you, so this is so cool with streaming software because I can see the questions wherever they do it
Yeah.
from. RJ John from YouTube has asked, have either of you guys explored drugs to explore different realities? When he's talking about ayahuasca, which is a main one, DMT, psilocybin. You go first.
It's a question for you. I've smoked a little bit of pot. I did a little cocaine because I was tired and I was working. But that's it. Like, I don't know anything about drugs at all. Zero.
I know a lot about drugs
There you go.
through education and through experience. I primarily use drugs to escape this reality, but I will tell you that dancing to sort of trance house music in clubs in San Francisco with people I loved on MDMA was the closest I have come to having a sort of a transcendental experience, like where I did not feel I was my body as much as I was this energetic spirit. And there wasn't not as much thinking, and it felt amazing. I remember wondering, why can't I feel this way all the time? Now, there's other drugs that turn off your default brain network, which means your thinking mind doesn't get to interrupt your flow of consciousness. So I have not done psilocybin, ayahuasca, DMT. I've been very curious what that would be like, but with some transcendental breathing, I've definitely changed my state of consciousness from the breathing. Wim
I
Hof
got. I
talks
got.
about this.
Sorry.
So
Go ahead.
to answer your question, John, not really, but I've had some very enlightening experiences on drugs, and I've also had some very deflating experiences on drugs.
Well, to
Now,
your point, Tom, is what I used the drugs for was to bend this to make was to use to bend this reality to what I thought I wanted it to be.
numbing, distracting,
Yeah,
what have you. Great question, John. Keep them coming.
100%.
All right, my pig farmer friend. I mean, you have created a life experience where at the drop of a dime, you can become a 10 pig farmer for no other reason than to make some money down the road and to aggravate your neighbor. I'm wondering if you have any metaphysical, physiological, scientific questions about me or for me. And John said, I've, oh, look at this. Check this out. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
I've tried a few changes with substances. It's pretty intense. DMT, psilocybin, and LSD. Yeah. And they're temporary. It gives us a glimpse of what it's like to be aligned with higher consciousness. And my hypothesis is through raising our natural awareness, we can be in that state most of the time.
What was the last one? The name of the drug? DMT?
I mentioned DMT because I've researched it. It's the spirit molecule.
Right.
LSD was the
So
other one he said.
didn't the government use DMT for brainwashing and softening of the mind?
Yeah.
Isn't that a proven fact that that's why? And it was the government that used it and utilized it in a whole program
I
back
mean, the
in
government
the
used
70s.
methamphetamines to a great extent as
Oh,
well.
the
They
whole freaking Nazi army was on methamphetamines.
Dude, make no
Yeah,
mistake. There's versions of methamphetamines they give to our soldiers so they can stay awake and keep going when there's times. They just it's
yeah,
prescription and it's just methamphetamines are very widely used and in
yeah,
different markets.
yeah.
I
You know,
love the way I feel when I do methamphetamines. I love it. I feel so much better instantly than when I don't. But coming off of methamphetamines sucks booty's ass. I mean, it sucks so bad. So I have not done anything like that for 5 years now. Before that, it was 8 years, and then I had a nice little divorce relapse. But
right? So I just try to metaphysically live my life in a way that I can create my world that I don't need a vacation from.
Ooh, every day feels like a vacation. So going on a vacation is really just to see
It's a
different.
fucking hassle. Like, I'm going on vacation next week. You're going to see me from another place. But, you know, yeah, it's a fucking hassle because I don't know what day it is except it's fucking Thursday and I need to remember. I just do what I want to. I wake up in the morning, I kind of have a plan, and then if it doesn't work out, that's what I go with. You know, but I've consciously created that I can live my life that way.
True freedom.
I don't know if it's true freedom or not. It's not that I don't work. It's not that I'm, you know, independently wealthy or anything like that. But that to me is happiness. If I want to go, you know, spend money on something, I go and I don't really think about it, you know. So, and I've consciously done that. And
And if you want to go build a pig farm, you can do it.
yeah, if I want to, yeah, whatever I want to do. If I, I bought a new bass boat because I wanted to go fucking fishing. So, yeah, and I've enjoyed it and I love it. And if I want to go tomorrow, I could fucking go tomorrow after I feed the fucking pigs that I bought. But
You've got pig daddy responsibility now. All right, man.
yeah,
We have
yeah, I
about
got
5 minutes
pigs
left
up.
because we got kind of a late start. But RJ John will be on again next Thursday at this time. Love to see you again. There's two other viewers. Whoever you are, thank you for popping on. We do this to share our light, our thoughts, our truthful perspective. And I'll share my version of true freedom. For me, it's to be free of the incessant thinking, the judging, the labeling, the comparing, the analyzing that separates me from consciousness. Oh, RJ John said, pigs are crazy smart. You know
Yeah,
what? I had a girlfriend that loved pigs, man. Loved them. She had pig dolls, pig statues, pigs she had a little baby pet pig. I was like, she really loves pigs.
I had a
Huh?
girlfriend turned into one, I think. Yeah, a couple
Hmm.
years later, but yeah.
I don't even know what to say about that. All
Hey
right, man.
guys, is what I want to say is thanks for everybody being on and listening to our ramblings. Um, I really enjoy it, and I appreciate the time that Tom and I get to expand our
Consciousness.
ways and consciousness every week. And I believe that just this conversation is helping me grow, not only as a person but in business and in life, and to rethink things every now and then. So I need to get up and dance every now.
I love money and you can just do it in your chair too. I love money and money loves me. I love life and life loves me. I love people and people love me. Yes, 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 sirree. Yeah.
That's Yeah, and that's how we need to live our lives. That's what I
Dude, next
believe.
time I want to talk about my hypothesis that life at this moment is a harmony type song without sound that combines all the energy systems that are active. I know it's like crazy far fetched, but when we are harmonizing with a universal frequency song, we're flowing and we're making things happen that need to happen because that's what we're put on this planet to do. But it's a
Yeah.
whole accumulation of energy systems. So that's all I
I
have.
like it.
Josh, do you have anything else?
Nope. Y'all have a great week. I'll see y'all next week. I hope you're here. Um, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, we'll be streaming once again on YouTube and Facebook, and we love answering questions from two different perspectives, and we love connecting and sharing our light. Josh, thank you. It's always a pleasure. Thank you. I love you, and I am glad that you have a new hobby of pig farming.
All right. We'll talk to y'all. We'll
All
see you.
right. Enjoy the rest of your day, man. Till next time.